Hey guys, welcome to our, turns out to be most of the time Thursday, we were calling it sometimes Thursday, shop tour. We like to show off the items that we painted from the thrift haul that have not yet sold in case anybody was just waiting to see what the finish was. We're gonna show the finished projects from Waste Not Wednesday. I'm actually shocked that we got them all done.
We even added some extra ones later in the day. I'm like, well, while we're painting corbels, I have these and these and these.
He knows that if he brings it out that I like have to get it done. It's like part of my non-existent OCD. Like I'm like, nope, I gotta get it done. So I did get 3 more finished, including a set that you didn't even see this size yesterday. And then we're gonna show you the giraffe, and then maybe—
So the giraffe is right here, and the video is up if you wanna see how we repaired it, but watch that after this.
And then maybe we will take the items, the corbels and the items from the thrift haul that have not sold, and we'll show you where we put them in the shop, so a little shop tour. And we have some items on sale, some fun things, and some restock. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I don't know if Caitlin will be on here today. She doesn't typically, oh, she says I'm coming. So
She'll be on in a minute.
She'll be on in a minute. You can shop at JamiRayVintage.com. Here are the important collections if you want to like check the menu for items. The thrift haul collection, that's where you're gonna find anything that we have painted. I actually even put these, even though technically they're not thrifted, but just to make it easy. We have a sale collection that we're gonna be highlighting. And then JRV Closet is where you get the clothes at. And then, look, Caitlin's on here. Then also Zeb's gonna show you some of the music that he listed from the England trip. And
I'm gonna show you like up close and show you kind of what the leaflets look like.
So let's show them these corbels first.
All right, so these are the corbels from yesterday, and
I'll bring them close. We sold 2 pairs already. Yeah. They are $49.95 for the smaller set. It is a set, so you get 2. They're all pretty unique. The larger set is $69.95. And most of them are like a similar coloring. I feel like I probably should have rephotographed the first ones that I photographed because they look kind of dark. So I wanted to show you guys like in real light what they look like. They all have a little bit of blue-green on them. And the ones that I did last night, which are these and these, I actually did paint blue with the salt wash underneath the juniper. You want to show them that up close?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tone-on-tone texture, which I really like. It basically looks like it just aged over time and washed away. So if you want to create a similar look, if you find similar tones, instead of contrasting, you can get that tone-on-tone look. And then these are actually the same ones, style-wise, as I have in my kitchen pantry. I think these are A, B, C, D, G, Corbel G in the set. But obviously a different finish than my pantry. And we used to sell corbels all the time, and now
Well, these are the shelves above the dishwasher.
So I did say pantry.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my kitchen. I didn't mean that. We used to sell them, but now we only sell them when we have time to make them, and they're always a unique, like chippy original
I had
finish.
2 cut out that were just raw in the garage from days gone by. Who knows when they got cut out.
And we promise we will be picking out people that are sharing our videos throughout the week on Facebook. We will get those listed today. I need to get that done. So I'm sticking it on a mental note, and Caitlin's in here, and she will make sure I get that done because she is my brain. So.
Okay, let's show these shoes real quick. We do have 2 sets left from last week. Someone had been asking us about a size 7. I don't have their name here. And the size 7 shoe had been on display, and we could not find the other size 7, but we found it. So now we have 2 size 7s of these. We have 2 pairs of these left, a size 7 and a size 10. Everything else is gone.
That's a size 10 bucks. And they do run true to size. They are not wide width, but they stretch.
Yeah, they're and they've got elastic. So they've got elastic in the tongue here, and then they also have elastic back here. So they, if they are a little, like let's say you're a 6.5, they're still gonna fit you snug.
They are in the sale collection, and I think it goes without saying, but anything in the sale collection where we have clearance it out, especially shoes, because honestly, it costs so much to ship the shoes, and we include shipping to the 48 contiguous states. We literally make like $2 a pair. They're final sale. Like, so if you buy clothing, well, anything in the sale collection, it's final sale. So if you have questions about an item, please,
or sizing,
sizing, whatever. We'll do our best, but again, it is final sale.
All right, new this week, these are like a suede material. We call them the faux Vans. They're fake Vans.
Fake would sound cheap, so we're gonna call them faux. I actually have a pair. They're pretty darn comfortable, and I like them because you can dress them up, you can dress them down, you don't have to bend over and tie them, which currently I have vertigo, so not bending over is winning for me.
So I think we have 7 or 8 sets of these. I did update the inventory this morning, so that should all be correct.
What did you mark them down to?
So they were, I think they were $22.95, and now they're $12.95. So
I hope it doesn't cost us more than that to ship those.
No, hopefully not, huh?
You didn't.
Well, these ones were $12.95 too, so.
No, $18.95.
Oh, these ones are $18.95?
Yeah.
Well, we're getting rid of these.
Please order something else with them. Because Seb's selling the farm here.
I got to get rid of them because we got to get new spring stuff in, but we've dedicated ourselves to not bringing in a bunch of new clothing till the stuff we've had for the last year or two is gone.
Shipping's only included in the clothing items just because we do free shipping on all of our clothing items. So, all right, you want to show them the papers? I actually need to fix those real quick.
So you have these out here.
Yeah, those are sold as a set.
Sold as a set. We
I
have
just
some
found, I'm
tiny
cleaning out
little,
underneath the island, and I was like, let's sell those.
tiny little truck cutouts. There's 6 of them. They're Christmas tree trucks. You know, if you don't need them for Christmas trees and you're handy, you could just cut the tree off and have a truck bed back there.
I just save them. They're $9.95 and you get all 6. So I'm de-stashing. You know, sometimes people do that with their crafts. We just have one set of 6.
All right, so we have some,
for those.
This is kind of fun. We've never done this before. We have some damaged papers that just have like little imperfections or small tears in them. Overall, most of the paper is still usable.
Some of them have like yellow marks.
Yeah, and even decoupaging, you would be able to pretty much salvage the whole paper. But
some of them I don't even know why they're damaged, but
Yeah.
they were in the damaged paper pile.
we're doing a bundle. How many papers for?
You get 4 papers for $10.95.
And they're all various, like it's like a grab bag. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. It's just luck of the draw. So like this one here, you can see the little yellow mark, but it's actually not even on the design. So you can cut around that and get this whole paper.
If you give me just a second, I am putting the papers in free shipping. It's just taking its sweet time. So it's $10.95. That includes shipping to the 48 contiguous states. I think if you're like way back east from us,
See, like
then
this
it's
one
like
has
$1.
a little tear right there, but it's like up in the top of the paper. Like, you know, most of the design is fine.
This is really slow this morning, and it's really bugging me.
Is it having a struggle?
My phone is having a struggle.
But we have a few of these, so while supplies last, we'll get those done.
Caitlin, if you're still on here, can you throw the set of 4 decoupage and free shipping
So
for
it
me?
looks like we have 4 sets of 4.
We have
here.
5 sets.
5 sets of 4. Okay. Oh, yes, you're right.
We actually only had 2 random ones, and then we have these misprints. They're like blue instead of the cream color they're supposed to be, so then I made a 4th set. Or 5th set.
4.
So we have 5 sets.
All right.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But are there 4 in here?
Mm-hmm.
That looks like 3.
There was 4. You messed it up.
Maybe I messed it up. We'll figure it out. All right, and then before we show you the thrifted stuff, I'm gonna show you these a little closer up because I think that these are awesome. I don't even have pricing with me on these. I think Jamie can look it up real quick. But a lot of these are from early 1900s. I'm trying to look for the copyright.
These are not on sale. I feel like we need to like
These aren't on sale. These are new.
The sale portion of this
These are
episode is over.
new. We brought these back from England. Some of them were printed in New York because they're like American plays. But a lot of these are like it says London, the Lawrence Wright Music Company, 8 Denmark Street, Charging Cross Road. But I just thought that these were great. They do have some damage. Some of them have been written on. They are used music books. Every now and then you'll be going through and you'll find some scribbles where someone made some notes about how to play the song right. But if you're not going to use them for music, these are amazing ephemera. And I tried to price them accordingly. Like if they have more pages, you're gonna get a little bit more from them. Some of them only have a couple sheets and they're priced that way too. And it's kind of, this is the same as the decoupage paper. Like, I'm not gonna list all of these individually. There's like 100 books here almost.
Okay, so what do you think you named those? I could find the listing.
They're just called music. Just if you type in music, it'll bring it up.
Okay.
Music leaflets or music books.
If you're local, you can rifle through them. We've already sold some of them.
So Goodbye Virginia, it's got the copyright here, London.
Okay, so those ones are
this is the back.
Ranging in price from $19.95 to $28.95. So it just depends. And the $28.95, I will show you, they have tons of music in them, but they're not as old.
Some of them, a couple of them are old. Yeah. But, so these are, like this one's from the 30s, I think. This book here. Let me see.
So if you love music and you love ephemera, these are a really great option for you because these are one of a kind. If we find anything similar, it won't be exactly the same.
Can you see that?
Paper crafting or whatever. Some of them are older. You could probably scan them if you wanted to and use them for different
just
things.
Tons of sheets. They all have like pretty good age and yellowing like paper gets when you're looking for that good ephemera. This one has all the words with the music, which I think is cool.
I love those ones. Right. I did get these into free shipping. So again, if you want to buy the decoupage seconds, you get 4 sheets, $10.95, free shipping to the 48 contiguous states, and they are like at random. But we sell these sheets normally $6.95 a sheet, so to get 4 for $10.95 is a phenomenal price. All right, we're gonna move on to showing you the painted items from this week's thrift haul that are still available. So if you go to the thrift haul collection at JamiRayVintage.com, you can find them. I don't have like pricing off the top of my head on all of them, but I wanted to show you the items. This is that bucket. We wound up adding a ton of texture to it. Then we did 2 molds on it, and then we added a transfer and waxed it. In fact, when Maria saw it, she's like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. This was a ton of steps to get to this point, but it was just a boring galvanized bucket from the thrift store, and with like 4 layers of paint and stuff, we were able to make it a lot cooler. And now I think this one's like $28.95 if I remember correctly. We did have what, like 4 clocks for sale?
Yes, is that the last one
left?
This
is the only clock that is still available. I painted it in white swan and clear wax. It does work. You can see it is ticking. We put a battery in it. With our clocks though, just know, disclaimer, here's the time for disclaimers. We make sure they're working before we send them to you. We're gonna package them the best that we can. But many times the clocks will get jostled in shipment and may need adjustments to work. And so you would be responsible for adjusting them to make them to work. And if they don't work, there's still not gonna be a refund. And that's how we're gonna sell all of our clocks from now on. We've put it in our policies because I still wanna be able to carry them.
They just look cool.
They look cool. I think most people, if they did get jostled, would be able to fix them. And if they wouldn't, they would still love them.
So a lot of times, just the hands get loose in shipping from all the vibrations and stuff.
But we just needed to put that in there. We're going to wind up packaging them like a box within a box or whatever. But yeah, so this is the last one. And it's solid wood. And we took the face out. It's actually more secure than it's ever been. We used wood glue and hot glue to secure this in place, so that face ain't going nowhere.
Probably my favorite thing that Jamie painted this week is this bucket. Do you remember the bright red like flower hanging bucket that I was like super excited that it had the eye hook back here to hang on the wall?
And it's huge. Look at the difference in size between like a regular flower bucket and this bucket.
But I just love how the finish came out on it. It looks like it's been used outside in the garden, lots of age, maybe been painted a couple times, but just, it turned out great. The red is peeking through in a little bit in a couple areas.
Which I like.
But it's not overwhelming like Christmassy red like it used to be. This can be used all year round.
And I painted the inside, show them.
Inside is painted.
And I painted the bottom.
And the bottom.
That's never happened before, that Jamie's painted the inside and the bottom. But I am asking, I think it's like $38.95, and it's because, you guys, like, it's seriously huge. This is a regular bucket. It's a big oversized bucket. So this one is really cute. I thought about putting an IOD transfer on it. However, sometimes people just want something simple. don't let the sisters hear me say this, but you don't have to put a transfer on everything. Like if you overdo everything in your house, then nothing seems special.
You don't have anywhere to rest either, like your eye can't rest.
Sometimes things have to be simple. So I kept that simple because I just thought if you fill it with a lot of flowers, it could be amazing. Now, if you need a little over the top, you could slap an IOD transfer on it and be done because it's sealed, ready for one. I just wanted to keep it simple.
We're open. I'm gonna go unlock the front door.
Okay. And I'm not seeing updated comments. So now here we go. Can you paint IOD transfers? If so, how? Oh, that's a good question. Sandra, if you seal an IOD transfer, especially if it's like a black and white one, then you can watercolor them. We actually did a video many years ago where we watercolored over them, but yeah, just seal them with a liquid sealer and then you can paint over them. Okay, so these are all the candlesticks that haven't sold. They're all painted similarly, but they're sold separately. So this is a set, these two. And these are just plain wood.
They're a little shinier. I'm guessing you used the new final finishes on
Yes,
these.
I did. I sealed them in a satin final finish. I know not everybody loves a matte finish, so occasionally I'll mix it up. People ask me like, how do you know what to do? I just like to do a little of everything. And so I sealed these with the satin finish, and then this is the twisted one. So if you bought like this set and these, they would definitely match.
Yeah.
These ones have salt wash on them. This is that ugly blue. Did you guys see the thrift haul? There's like the ugly blue one from Hobby Lobby that had the weird chipping. We went ahead and did crinoline, a couple of coats of crinoline, and then I used the old school, which normally we use weathered wood, but I used old school. Then I wet distressed it, and my rag had white paint on it from wet distressing crinoline, and so it kind of gave it a halo effect, which I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go with it.
It's pretty big, so it's like right at 20 inches.
Yeah, so this is also in the thrift haul collection.
So that's what's left. That's all that's left that hasn't sold from last week's thrift haul.
Like they're...
Maybe a couple other things that we brought, but I don't see them.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
where
not
they
seeing
went.
them around.
We painted like 20 something things.
Oh, the giraffe. We do have the giraffe.
Oh, you guys want to see the giraffe?
All right, we're ready. We're ready to go on walkabout. Let's go look at the giraffe.
Oh, hold on. We have to show them this shirt.
Oh, yes. New old. They're back in stock.
Okay, so I wore this shirt a couple weeks ago. We were completely sold out except for like one size, and I restocked the I'm Not Old, I'm Vintage. These come in sizes small to 3X, and I believe they start at $26.95. Don't hold me to it, but that does include shipping to the 48 contiguous states. And we just got these back in stock. If we sell out in your size, just email us and we'll try to get some more in.
You got one of your hairs on there. You almost sent some DNA with someone.
It happens. If you buy like a big piece of furniture that I'm painted, like chances are I bled on it at some point. I try to wipe it off, but you put your blood, sweat, and tears in all your art, right?
All of it.
Okay, let's show the giraffe. I'm gonna stay sitting just because I am still a little dizzy. I did, just like FYI, if you follow us a lot and you know, it's just vertigo in this left ear. I have loose crystals, so I'm just doing exercises. So not dying, just have vertigo, but it's making me a little bit crazy.
All right, time for the giraffe. The thing that's special about the giraffe is that the horn was broken. This horn here was like broken in half. Got it for $10 at the thrift store. And the video is up. If you want to see the repair, I did a full repair on it and tutorial on how I fixed that. And the tutorial can be used. Like, can you tell that this was the broken one? You let me know.
You did a really good job of hiding.
And then it was like a orangey yellow cream color with darker accents. And it didn't have like the giraffe pattern on it. It just had like crackle. So I salt washed this and then used crinoline and then dark waxed it. And that's how we got this look here. But I think we put it in the shop. We're like, man, that actually looks pretty great in the shop. It's not even our style, but we painted it to kind of match the rest of the theme we have going on.
And Maria wants it to be our shop mascot. So she's not gonna be sad if it sticks around for a while. We did mark it up to $199.95 because we did some shipping calculations and our website just wouldn't charge enough for the giant size box it would take to get this there alive.
It is big. Let me hold it so you can see how big it is.
If you are local though, it's $99.95 because I don't have to ship it to you. like I said, it does look like pretty good with our style of stuff.
All right. So just to give you kind of like an idea of how big this is, it's from like my waist up to my forehead pretty much. Or, you know, top of my hips.
Oh, you know what? She did put some of the stuff in the shop because there's the angel. We can show the angel wing repair that we did. If you guys recall that one from the thrift haul. And then we'll do a little display because we need to put some of the stuff out. So.
All right, we'll do some merchandising.
Show them the angel that's over there. That's in the thrift haul collection. I think the tag would probably.
So the angel is still available. Got her all repaired up. The wing was just a little loose, and Jamie just did some light dry brushing with white over that repair. So it's really, you can't even tell. It had a crack on this wing, and when we went to paint it, we're like, oh, that's a little loose. So we added more glue and just a touch of paint, like hardly anything, and left her there. She's $44.95, and she, I think, is about 20 inches tall, maybe. Let me see. Oh, she's a little taller. She's like 21. But also looking good back here with this urn. I painted this a while ago. It's $69.95. Lid is functional. You could also remove that and I think use it as a vase too. And then the papers are going to come back. These are like old church books. That they were not here in the church when we started doing the renovation and turning it into our shop. We found these at a local guy's house. He used to sell antiques, but he had those. But I think the papers are going to go nicely with the music books. All right, we're coming. Where are you putting stuff?
I'm just rearranging. I've been wanting to add some color to our wood section. So
probably last week of the Valentine's display, and we're not going to completely change it up because a lot of this Valentine's has a very spring, bright, floral theme. So we'll probably just get rid of maybe some of the Valentine's specific stuff. I mean, even this mannequin with the pink skirt would probably last until about April, and then we'll probably shift mid-March to something more like Easter and leaning towards summer colors.
So I like to kind of mix in things so it's not like too much. Like I could just put them all on one shelf, but I kind of like the look of mix and match. So I moved over some of our woods over here, although that's looking a little woods heavy. So
someone mentioned that they like our bigger corbels that we do better. We still have them. We haven't stopped.
These ones aren't on the website though. We probably should add them.
Are they just singles?
Yeah, they're just singles. They're single ladies. All the single ladies
But,
just have three.
But these were scraps from the craft kit. So, we were looking at these. We're like, oh man, we kind of like the thicker ones.
I like them big. I like them chunky. I actually don't want this silver one.
This silver basket?
Yeah, I'm just going to do this. This looks good.
You know, it's the perfect time to have all these chicken baskets because everybody's getting chickens.
Everybody's like, I need a chicken.
Comment below if you've never had chickens before, but you're thinking about it.
Okay, we need to find somewhere to put our little clock. I'm thinking here because a lot of this stuff is sold. Like this display is looking a little...
It's a little sparse.
I'll put the little clock on display there.
We're thinking now that we're back to buying clocks because we were sad for a while because we had like a run where like 2 or 3 clocks in a row didn't arrive alive.
They weren't broken, they got jostled.
The mechanisms were just a little loose.
Okay, now you can show.
And we're like, we just can't ship them anymore. So we've made the disclaimer. So, you know, buy at your own risk. You know, you might have to just do a little repair. A lot of times when you've got a clock like this and the hand gets loose, you just have to push it in because it's a pressure seat. It's not held on with anything like mechanical. It's just a pressure fitting. And so if you just push it down in, then it's good to go and you can set the time and run with it. All right, what are you doing over here?
I'm just making room for some more candlesticks. I just thought we've got like that big finial there. So I'm going to arrange these. As soon as I do, I'll probably have to double check and make sure. I just want to add some painted goods with the stain stuff just to add some fun texture and variance. Now you can kind of show them. I feel like that display is so much more fun now because it needed some color.
Yeah, it had a little color with the corbels up top. And you can see this this new juniper color that's out with the milk paint, real similar to the color that's on these. Look at that. We didn't even plan that. I didn't even know.
And then the last thing I need to add is this big tall portal. And I don't want it to look like...
The candlestick?
I don't want it, sorry, this tall candlestick. I didn't want it to look like all lonely. So I'm gonna style it right here next to this big European milk can. And I feel like that looks good. It adds a little fun color.
Is that too small to handle one of these candles?
No,
it fits.
Do we have any more? Here, we can just take this one. Oh, beeswax. You can put that one over there.
Oh, you're gonna do the taller one on the big one?
Yeah, so there we go. Ta-da!
All right, so whole thing coming together. We've got the two little ones on the, like the French Country two-toned candlesticks that have tons of detail. I love the way that looks.
Yeah, it looks good there, right? I feel like if you just had it in the display where everything was short, it might stick out, but because there's a lot of height here with this bucket, that looks well there.
This candle is big enough, like, if you really wanted to get authentic, you melt it a little. This beeswax candle, get it dripping down the side.
Like, that's my favorite thing to come in after we like pull out everything that's sold. We see what's left, and I love to just style it in the shop because that's really what sets it apart. Because a lot of people are like, well, why don't I just go to the thrift store or whatever and just buy all this stuff myself? Because most people don't, not everybody, right? Like there are people who have a vision, but they see it in a boutique setting or a refashion setting, and all of a sudden it makes so much more sense. So if you guys are resellers, just make sure that you guys are styling your booth, your shop, whatever, in such a way that it inspires people to take things home. If you look in your booth and it literally looks like a thrift shop, then you should be charging thrift store prices. But if you look in your booth and you've styled it well, you've cleaned things up, you've refashioned them, we spend probably a solid 10 to 15 hours every week cleaning, painting, changing
repairing, lots of repairs.
Repairing, maybe more than that, to bring unique items into our shop. And it just makes me really excited when people come in and they just love the way it looks together. And that's really what the difference is. And there's so many different areas in here that I feel like people can really take their time, and most people spend 15 to 20 minutes in the shop and it's not even that big. Some people spend an hour.
I think the fun is just digging through the layers. Like we had some people last night that live close, like they walked to the shop and they spent a good half hour in here just like poking around, looking at the architecture and of the church and how everything's displayed. They went and looked at all of the stuff up there that we use for crafting, and they had lots of questions about like the pennies from heaven, copper patina, and the golden rule. Like they want, and then I had, because we do this stuff, I had this picture here. They're like, did you use that on this frame? I'm like, yes, we made this frame copper. Like this used to be, I think it was black, like a black velvety around there, and we painted that and made it all copper. And so I was able to give them like a real world example of what the products look like.
Yeah, if you guys sell products like we do, or you're a JRV retailer, you sell our stencils and whatnot, you really need to use the products on items that you sell. Some people only do like display only items, but we flip and paint so many items on a regular basis that we sell everything that we paint here in the shop. But people are like, oh wow, like that's not just like, how do I say? You ever been to a craft fair and it looks like a craft fair? You know, it doesn't look like something that's like really home decor that you want to use. They're like, wow, this is a real life application and it looks like something you would want to buy. And I feel like that helps sell the DIY products.
Something we're working on this spring. You can see we have this fun over here. We got this fun exposed brick with the plaster up there on the stage. Oh, there it is. We want to do, I'm really working on it right now. I want to do like a bunch of like old prints up along the top of there.
Want to do like a gallery wall?
Yeah, like all along the top. So we're going to be figuring that out. We do have some big prints over here. And I might even go up higher and do something like that. Like we have this area here, which looks great down low, right? But I want to get some art, like some big art hanging up high.
That may or may not have bought himself a expensive printer just so he could print art for the shop. So stay tuned for that because we're super excited about that. And we have some smaller ephemera type decoupage paper in the works. So you heard it here first, but it's not ready yet. we will first release it to our retailers and then let you guys know. But yeah, we're super excited about things coming up. If you're local, please stop by. We're located at 1190 North, 500 West in Lehi, Utah. And if you're not local and you'd like to shop, everything is at jamirayvintage.com. And if ever you have a question, can't find something, feel free to DM us on Facebook, or you can email us at info@jamirayvintage.com. And Jami is Jami, no
Yep.
E, no E, or you won't find us. But even if you just go in your search bar and just type in Jami Ray, we're Googleable. You'll find our website.
If you're worried about spelling it right, the email's at the bottom of pretty much every page on our website.
Yeah, it does help. And if you guys have any questions, let us know. If you like this video, if you like shop tours, be sure to share it out, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe and follow Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
And shop tours and thrifting and giraffes, apparently.
Giraffes. It's a new thing. You guys know I love the animals. I'm going to be on the hunt for stuff that needs
It's going to be a
fixed.
safari in here.